Hi, welcome to the Online Jewelry Academy. I'm Professor John R., and I'm your instructor. Did you know that you can help fund the production of future OJA videos through Patreon? Well, you can. And if you're brand new to the Online Jewelry Academy, you can become a subscriber right now by clicking on that button in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. And you can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Now, in this video, what I want to do is I want to explain some pliers. These are specialty pliers, and I'm sure that at least 2 or 3 of them you've probably scrolled past when you were doing some online shopping on some jewelry supply website. Well, let me show you what they're used for, so maybe you might be tempted to spend some money on some cool new pliers. Now, this first one here is a pair of parallel pliers. Now, the action is that the jaws always move in a parallel direction. Now, these are great for just general holding. They will hold on to anything, and you can actually get them with jaws that are covered with a vinyl cap so that they won't mar your work. They're also good for when you're working and doing stone setting, if you're trying to get like the 2 prongs of a small setting to move towards the stone together at the same pace. These are great. They're also really good for straightening out a wire. You can just like put them through the parallel jaws just like this, just squishing. And what's really cool, as you continue to work, look at that, the metal will pass through the pliers. So you can actually do a really long length of wire with those parallel pliers. Now these are called forming pliers. And I just want to tell you, you can get whatever type you want. They come in a huge variety. Now the ones that I have here obviously have cylindrical jaws, one being bigger than the other, and they have many different types of jaws available. You can get oval shaped ones, you can get ones that have a step of different sizes. And what they're really good for is making consistent bends. For example, if you're in production and you always want to give a certain bend to an ear wire, then you just know you always pick up your forming pliers. But what they're also good for is if you're trying to make some jump rings on the fly and you just want to make a small little bit of a jump ring coil, you can do that really quickly with these pliers. And what's really cool is that you can actually hold the coil with these pliers in the V of your bench pin and cut the jump rings, and you won't hurt these pliers because they're made out of tool steel. All right, now if you are making lots of rings, say you're producing a line of rings, you want a pair of these. These are called Beau benders, B-E-A-U, like your boyfriend. And what you want to do when you get a pair is you want to make a little sheath like this one right here. All I did was I took a piece of copper sheet, put it into the tool, closed it, and then lightly hit it with a hammer to get it to take on the contours of the tool. And what this does is it will protect your gold and silver wire from getting marred from the jaws. And these are great because if you have really heavy gauge wire, look at this, watch, boink. It just makes a really aggressive bend very quickly. So you're able to really just bend a shape rather quickly with these pliers. Just be sure to use them carefully so that you don't mar the metal. And last but not least, everybody knows what these are, Vise Grips. Vise Grips are great. They're great for holding. And I say they can be a godsend in your studio. You can use them for just about anything, even opening up small bottles of things. But what I like about them best is that they just hold. They hold. And I use these when I'm trying to give a twist to metal a lot of times. What I'll do is I'll put a wire into one end of my bench vise, and then I'll put the other end into my Vise Grips. And that way I know that I never lose my grip on them, and I'm able to manipulate the metal. Now, the one thing that you may need to be aware of and be careful of when you work with the Vise Grips is the jaws are heavily serrated, so they can mar your work quite easily. So you don't want to put something into them that's almost finished or that you've spent a lot of time polishing. I hope that these quick tips about pliers inspire you to maybe expand your tool collection. Remember, the Online Jewelry Academy has many more videos like this one on our website. Thanks for watching.